Good morning, everyone. I'm Katie Nolan with your top headlines for Wednesday, April 11th. Whisky gets sent up into space, and Rick Santorum goes back to his day job that he doesn't have. All that and more on your Guyism Speed Round. A distillery in Scotland sent large quantities of malt up to the International Space Station in an experiment to see the effect that zero gravity has on the maturation of whiskey. If I've learned anything from astronauts, it's that maturation isn't space's forte. Rick Santorum announced yesterday that he'll be pulling out of the Republican presidential race. Sorry Santorum, you've been campaigning for over 11 months. It's too late to terminate. Just gonna have to ride this one out. 8-year-old Jaime Donovan has become the youngest person to reach the North Pole after she went there on a trip with her endurance running father. Well, that's one way to teach them that there's no Santa Claus. The CEO of Best Buy, Brian Dunn, suddenly resigned yesterday as soon as he found out that the company was launching an investigation into his personal conduct. What? Come on, can we do it anyway? I didn't even care before, and now I need the results of that investigation. What's happening? Residents of Deerfield Beach in South Florida are furious that an old mansion has been turned into a rehab clinic. Really, Florida? You're uncomfortable with a rehab clinic? Gee, that's like that one episode of Intervention where the addict doesn't want to get help. Seriously, your entire state is a rehab clinic, just without the part where you stop doing the drugs. Miami Marlins manager Ozzie Guillen has been suspended for 5 games after saying that he loved Fidel Castro in a Time magazine interview. In his press conference, Ozzie says what he really meant was lost in translation, since English isn't his first language. Either way, Ozzie, the good news is everyone's been so caught up in that quote, no one noticed that he admitted to being a raging alcoholic in that same article. Now I see why you respect Castro, because you both know how to dodge a bullet. The Titanic memorial cruise that took off yesterday to retrace the ship's historic route was forced to go back only hours after it left. Turns out it was only because one passenger got really sick, but honestly, what's the over-under on passengers that shit their pants when that announcement originally came over the PA? I'm surprised that no one realized what a horrible idea it is to get on a ship to honor a ship that sank. You couldn't have paid me to get on that boat. I would rather pay tribute to Amy Winehouse by retracing her life path. George Zimmerman's legal team announced in a press conference yesterday that they haven't heard from him since Sunday and are therefore dropping him as a client. But wait, if they can't find George, who's watching that neighborhood? Someone has to keep those streets safe from sugary treats and refreshing canned beverages. A Budweiser radio ad was banned in Britain for supposedly linking alcohol to sexual success. You've most likely heard the ad here in the States. Here's a clip.
It's on nights like tonight when you want to bring your passport, just in case. Gentlemen, you were conceived on a night like tonight. So tonight, before going out for that ice-cold Budweiser, you put in that extra 2 minutes in front of the mirror.
So, sure, maybe it's linking Bud to sexual success, but it's the sexual success of your parents. So unless you've got a weird thing going for your mom, I don't see this having much of an effect on you. But if you do, next time you reach for a beer, make it a motherfucking Budweiser. A man in Seattle who was caught with over 2,000 images of child rape says he was inspired by America's Most Wanted. Inspired by a show about criminals. Nathan, I thought this was common sense, but allow me to make a list for you of shows you should not base your life off of. America's Most Wanted, CSI, Cops, Law and Order, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
News for bitches.
The newest trend in canine fashion, apparently, is to dye your dog fun spring colors. That looks fun. Just know that if I see your dog, I'ma kick it. And that brings us to the end of another speed round. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button below, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. And if I haven't made you laugh yet, then click on that link, and that'll definitely do it. Enjoy your hump days, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow with more headlines that you need to know.